Here it is. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Mhm.
Hello.
All right. Thank you all for joining us. Katarina, thank you for doing this with me. Always fun. And Kechawn and Marcus, thank you guys for joining us, making this possible. This is the press conference. So we just want to talk about your upcoming match in the Decus Pro. You guys are making history. This is Rimpage's first Decus Pro, our first premium content offering. And I'm glad that you guys were able to get in there and we have you on schedule for one of the undercard matches. Both of you, please tell us how you're feeling about the match.
Oh, I'll go first then.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to be a good one. Very fun. Very blessed to be a part of this, and look forward to it.
Thank you. Marcus, what's on your mind?
Pretty much like Kechawn said, first of all, it's a great opportunity to be a part of it, being like this is the first ever Decus Pro.
Mhm.
I'm taking it serious, but I'm still like enjoying the moment because
Yeah.
I know like, what it is about and stuff like that and the brand it represents. So like this is a great opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to give us some context here. First of all, the two of you have played each other before. June 18th was the last time. And then before that was February 25th. Kechawn won both of those matches. But
Mhm.
when we last recorded stats, Marcus's supremacy score was 15.23. Kechawn's was 18.18. So Marcus is at sixth place and Kechawn is at third place. But since then, Marcus has won 8 of his last 10. And so we haven't calculated those numbers yet. It is very possible that Marcus has overtaken you in third place, Kechawn. If not, this match could be the battle that decides third place. We'll talk
Ooh.
about that a little bit. Marcus has been busy scheduling his own matches, winning those matches. Um, talk about that for us. Battle for third place. Marcus, you want to go first?
Oh yeah. I go first.
This
Um,
was something you wanted. Like we had talked about this when you were like 15th in the league or something. You had talked about wanting to get into that top five, and here you are, quite possibly about the battle for third place.
yeah. So as many people might know, not know, I was pretty much dead last in the league, and I was talking to Patrick, um, going through some stuff because I was like, man, I know I can, play this game and stuff like that. Then it was just like, this is one on one, and it's different, way different from team ball. A lot of weaknesses get exposed one on one, and
Hmm.
it was just like trying to find my edge because I'm not really per se a one on one player, but I'm not gonna shy away from it. So it took time, like I think a month or two. Probably got like 2 wins here and there and stuff like that, but it wasn't very consistent. And then, like I said, talking with Patrick, talking to him, seeing what I was doing wrong and stuff like that, started to build. So I went on little win streaks and stuff like that. By the time I went against Kechawn, I already knew he was like a good player and stuff
Hmm.
like that. So I don't take nobody, skill for granted, because we all work, at this game to, improve and be better and stuff like that. So I'm not, you know, going to be envious of him because he could do something that I can't. If anything, I'll ask him like, hey, how did you get good at this? Or, how often do you do this and stuff like that? So the first matchup, I don't remember the score, but I remember, it wasn't something that I was used to because of his play style.
Hmm.
Uh, so it really kind of like just threw me off. And the second time, I think it was more competitive than the first time, far as like the point differential. But I think he ended up hitting a 4 pointer on me. I think to end the game. And at that time, I believe it was a battle for fifth place at
Uh-huh.
that time, if I remember correctly.
That's
So
right. That's right.
yeah. So recently, that's been pretty much on my mind. Is like, man, I was like this close to like that fifth place spot, and like I said, it was a good, hard battle. I'd rather lose to like somebody that's better than me because it always gives me something to improve on. So on this win streak, It's really been about, you know, Kechawn, you know, because I'm like, man, I know, you know, if I play my cards right, you know, it's not going to be an easy task, no doubt.
Yeah.
But
Right.
you know, um, if I can get within like top 5 or at least top 10, and we can probably, you know, rematch it for, you know, a third time, I think, you know, it'll come out a little bit different. So this is why, you know, when you contacted me about the Kechawn match, I, you know, accepted immediately because I knew the importance of it. I knew the type of player he was and stuff like that. So this is what the win streak has been about, is to go against Kechawn.
Wow. So you have this clearly in focus. And I like that you set it for a goal for yourself. I'm looking up the numbers here. February 25th, Kechawn won that one 12-7. And he won that one in 17 rounds. 17 rounds. And then in June, he won 12-8. And I believe he won that one in 18 rounds. But Kechawn, what do you remember about playing against Marcus, and how are you feeling about this battle for third place that you guys have?
So like just kind of like Marcus said, it's like a rivalry thing. Like we had a talk one day, and we were discussing about being in the top 5 and who was in the top 5 and where we feel like we place in. And we kind of like both gave each other some motivation to pretty much get up there, and end up that he was in 5th place while I was in 6th place, you know. I've been knocked out of the top 5 a couple times due to injuries and other things, but we ended up having the top before we had played, and ended up favoring me on that side, and I was able to pretty much get the top 5 spot, and then start getting some motivation to try to move up further. So I started a win streak, and I was able to get the top 3, and then now I'm just trying to move forward from there. But Marcus is a great player, great shooter. I feel like he's one of the best shooters in the league. Like him, Chris, both of the Chris's, I feel like they shoot the ball just super efficient. And that's somewhere I'm trying to get to, something I've been practicing on. And little do Marcus know, it's some things I be learning from him just watching him play. And unlike everybody else, I do watch all of the videos. I watch my videos, other people's videos, just to get the feel, make up a plan, and pretty much work on my weaknesses. Because when I first started, as you said, Patrick, you see me progress more and more and more every time I play. And it just shows the effort, the time that I'm really giving to myself to progress and move further, and to hopefully one day can rival Aston for that #1 spot. But as of right now, just trying to work on improvement, and I feel like this matchup against Marcus is definitely going to prove both our efforts and how much we put in to see pretty much who's superior.
Yeah. Speaking of challenging Ashton, if we go back to the Next Big Star event, November 2021, so that event was 4 rounds of King of the Court, and then the 2 top scorers after 4 rounds went to the championship round. And that turned out to be Ashton and Josh Adams. But you were actually tied with Ashton. And it would have been you going to that championship round, except that you backed the guy down and scored your point, and we took that point away. But you were that close to getting into the championship round. So you definitely show that you can compete with Ashton and with the other group of players that we had there. But I remember having a conversation with you when we started city matches, and your results were kind of inconsistent. Like there were some matches you should have won that you didn't win. After we had that talk, you seem to take things a whole lot more seriously, and you've been on this streak ever since then where, well, look at your results. You're now 3rd place in the league. Like so I've seen a huge improvement over the 2 of you. I've seen you work on that right hand, going to your right, actually doing that during games, like when we first started the tour, when you played against Kelly. By the way, I met Kelly the other day at the park, and he said he was a guy who was wearing red with the afro that you played when we did the first day we did the tour. I met him the other day. He said he wants to play you again. he said he wasn't feeling well that day. He had a stomach flu. So after Marcus, you got him. we got to hunt him down. But, guys, we've analyzed both of you. So we know that Marcus's style is bared in. Kechawn, we know your style is swing rhythm. Please talk a little bit about the styles and what your understanding of it is, and if you think it's accurate.
I mean, I can say for mine, I can see that being pretty accurate. I'm about to say, I do, as I went back and watched, like just pretty much just a lot of clips. I was like, I kind of do, like the swing left, right, left, right, left, right. So I was like, I could see that being part of definitely part of my motion style. And as I seen that Jazz Ray had the same as me, I started to see just a little couple things that we kind of do similar. So I could see like why pretty much both of us will technically have the same style. But I feel like it is very accurate with how I play, and when I'm able to just pretty much just feel and be free and just to do whatever. This can pretty much say my unconscious state of just doing things. It's just be one with rhythm, just to create my own rhythm, my own beat.
Yep.
So it's accurate.
Cool. Marcus?
As you know, Patrick, I already said that it was pretty much spot on. When I said that I was, coming in, what was I going to be bringing? I said I wasn't necessarily a good outside shooter, but mid-range, I think, I would say I'm probably the best mid-range shooter. The style of attacking to the basket, getting to my spots, kind of like what Chris Lee said. You got players that have sweet spots, and you see them warm up, and you kind of see like, oh well, this is where they're going to be shooting from and stuff like that. That's kind of like me, but it's like more unorthodox because I might have sweet spots, but it's like they're going to be hard to defend, especially like I said against Kechawn, real good ball defender. So it's like going back to look at those videos and then comparing them like to my weaknesses and stuff like that. He pretty much brought out all the weaknesses that was talked about in the complete draft in my game. Just looking back at it, because I was like, oh man, I do have a little bit of trouble going to that left. I'm like, I want to like that turning over to the left shoulder. He kind of catching up to that, so it's kind of like, it's very accurate to that.
Yeah, cool. Katharina, you've watched both of these guys play with me. You've seen all the matches. What are some of your observations?
The main thing that I would say that these two players in front of us have in common is that desire to improve. I have seen that both of them have consistently moved forward since I have started working with you. So since I have watched their matches, I can see them wanting to be first in that top 10 and then staying in that top 10 and then pushing forward. Now they're in top 5 and that's not enough. They want to compete with all the best people in the league, the people who are most consistent, who play the most, like Ashton. So I can see them at his heels. So this means that our number one cannot take it easy. He cannot rest, right? When he has this kind of mentality, I want to be the best me that I can be. And that is threatening to people who are just at the top and taking it easy. So there is no rest for them. And I love that. They're competitors. And it seems like my observations really don't go to one side. They go to both of you equally in this. I really do see this as a great matchup. I'm also thrilled for you to have this opportunity to play on a stage that is Rimpage and in an event like Decus Pro that really highlights the best players and the best that they have in their game. So I'm really enjoying your styles. Both of you have impeccable styles, and as I said, I love the way that you want to improve it.
Yeah, that's a great call out, great observation, because I do see that in both of them, that desire to improve. I want to talk about favorite moments. My favorite moments for both of you guys. And I'll start with you, Kechawn. This goes back to when you played against Kelly, April 8th, first day of the tour. I don't know if you remember, but I've used it a number of times when I've done highlights of yours because I love it so much. Is that spin move? That spin move you did on him was so fast and so smooth. I don't know how you could spin that fast and keep your footing, like not fall over. But like you took him to the left elbow and then you just rushed at him. And then he didn't know what to do. You spun off like right off of him. Didn't hit the shot, but the spin move itself was so impressive. I've had to include it in all your highlights. So that's a favorite moment. And then another one would be your performance against Nick. I don't know if you remember playing Nick Johnson at LA Fitness.
Yeah,
That was a clutch performance because he was a good player. Nick was a good player. He had match point, and somehow you held him off. Like you made this big defensive play, you held him off, and then you got the shot that you wanted to make, that you needed to win that match. So it was a great example of making the plays that you need to play or that you need to make in order to win. You had a big defensive stop, and then you went ahead and scored that last basket to win. A couple of my favorite moments in your Rimpage career. And then for you, Marcus, you you uncovered some of my secrets without even knowing. I have studied basketball because I wasn't very athletic, but I was intellectual, and so that was my advantage. So I studied basketball, and I studied ways to compensate for the lack of athleticism to still get to the basket. And one thing I discovered is that there are specific spots on the court where if your defender stands in that spot, he's vulnerable, more vulnerable to attack than at other times. You found one of those spots, and I don't know if you remember, but I was playing when you were playing against Daniel. You walked him down to that baseline spot, and then you spun and went straight to the basket. And I was like, that's probably the most beautiful setup that I've seen in all of Rimpage for that reason, because it's so beautiful how that works. When you get a defender in that spot, he's vulnerable to attack. That's bared in, setting players up, setting up your shots. And so that was a favorite moment. And then the other one is, I think everyone who saw that match will remember, is that spin move you did on Cody when we played that gym when all those other people were all over the court.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You guys have some exciting play. So for everyone watching, these guys are going to give you some exciting basketball. This is a really nice mix of styles, swing rhythm versus bared in. Nice mix. It's hard to call it. It's hard to call it. So you're going to have to watch it. That's why we play the matches. We're not going to predict, but you'll have to watch it and see. Katerina, I don't know if you have any favorite moments or if you guys want to talk about some of your favorite moments with Rimpage.
Yes, you nailed it for me as well. That moment when Marcus walked Daniel over to that corner, I knew what was. And also, Kechawn, that match in LA Fitness, that was one of the first times you played there. He was wearing this white and red combination.
Yes, yeah.
It was looking great, but he was on. He would not let the other guy take the victory from him. Like there was no way that the opponent could win that game, right? Whatever. He had that intention to win. So those are my favorite moments. And I would like to hear theirs as well. And I just want to remind people watching, and we will link it to this live as well, that Patrick has made excellent videos with highlights. So you can maybe see some of these moves there, which really are wonderful to watch.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
That's you and Jalen.
That's what you got to watch out for.
Yes.
There it is. There it is. He didn't make the shot, but you still got to put that one in there. I don't know how you kept your footing.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. Artistry. That is beautiful.
Beautiful. All right, guys, favorite moments?
I'd say, like I said, at least I watched some matches. Like I said, with Marcus, that Smith move versus Cody, at least I was there live to watch that.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Yep.
it would have definitely got me for sure. It would have definitely got me for sure. It was just so smooth. It seemed like he was just one step ahead of Cody that whole time. That was like
Mhm.
hands down.
Mhm.
Probably I think that's a top 5 moment in Rimpage.
Yeah.
That was just nice.
That whole
But
match was good. That was a shootout.
that was a great match.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was just crazy. But I'll probably say one of mine's. If you don't remember, I had a game against Bryson. I think that's the first time we ever played. And
Oh,
I
yes.
hit
Yes. The game
and
winner.
yes, the game winner. I hit the game winner and everybody was just
Fade away,
everybody
left
was
side. You know, Kechawn, I don't have that on camera. I was watching this in live, so I forgot to turn the camera. And so you just sort of go, you fade to the left, and I'm watching it here, and I see you shoot this fade away to win it. But I didn't capture it. But oh my goodness, what a shot. You know, in that match, you hit 5 consecutive shots.
Oh, wow.
And then I think you missed a couple, and then you hit that game winner. Like you were really hot that day.
Yeah, it was you know, when I used to play back then I had less play time and I think that was before I actually got hurt. So I was actually able to still put up shots in the gym and just practice
Hmm.
new stuff. That's what I do the most. I practice new
Hmm.
stuff. I fix things, fix my movement, fix finishing, fix shooting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make myself as efficient as possible to pretty much play at the next level.
Yeah.
So every time I do play a match or when I'm not playing matches, I still record myself. I record myself. It just gets any players just to see what I'm doing right offensively, what I'm doing wrong defensively,
Hmm.
so I can fix things. Because as you notice, defensively, I'm getting a lot better. Offensively, I'm getting a
Yeah.
lot better.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
So
a shot blocker. You block shots.
it's just about getting the timing. Like
Hmm.
now that actually having more time to do things and just more time to practice, that's what I've been basically doing. So unlike everybody else in the league, I'm not sure about their background, but
Uh-huh.
I only had pretty much 1 year of basketball actually played and coach,
Wow.
and pretty much I've been training myself ever since then. I ain't really have no trainers,
Uh-huh.
none of that. So everything I've been doing just been based off of me and my own type of knowledge of basketball. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to see that all this is actually paying off.
Nice. Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. You have a really nice skill set, and that you're tough to stop on that left side. You can make some tough shots over there. like they'll be all over you. And it when you get the shot off, it looks like, okay, it's my ball now. And then you look back and it's going through the net. Like, yeah, you can make some tough shots over there. Marcus, any favorite moments?
uh, I have a whole bunch of them. Yeah, but it's hard to just like pick out one. Like you said, the one against Don. That was just pretty much just like, man, let me just see if this is going to work, because like I've never done that particular setup or move before in a game.
Hmm.
So I was just like, I feel like, I'm the quicker person, so let me just see, boom. And it just ended up, being what it was. Um, the spin move versus Cody. That's another special moment just because that particular game was my first win in Rampage. So
Oh,
so yeah.
wow.
So with that being there, and then everybody's like, "Oh," and then in the background is like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
And we're going back and forth. He hits a shot that I think ended up missing a shot
Uh-huh.
which would have been game on his end,
Yeah. Yep.
and then I hit the game winning shot. He's like, "Yes." um,
Yeah.
hitting
No,
hitting some 4-point shots and stuff like that, because I don't really shoot that. So it's just like,
Hmm.
if I end up hitting one, it's gonna be like, okay, the confidence.
That game was so great, and no one was happier than Patrick for you to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the game when you showed that you're a serious player, that you really do have some talent.
Mhm.
So good stuff. Well, guys, I'm looking forward to this match Sunday, 3 o'clock. If you have purchased your ticket, we created a private Facebook group for you. Join that group, and that's where you can watch the match. It'll be live streamed in that group. If you have not purchased your ticket, go to rimpage.club/decuspro and get a ticket, get the popcorn, and get ready. This is going to be dynamite. This is going to be a great match. So, guys, any parting words and any predictions? Who's going to predict it? Who's going to be like Jazz Reyes?
That's the supreme confidence right there.
No,
I'm not gonna predict anything because I don't have Jazz Ray skill set. That's him. But I will say that this is gonna be must see, and I'm gonna give him all, and the fans won't be disappointed.
Yeah. And you know what? If you give it your all, neither will you. That's great. Kechawn?
like I said, like he said, Jazz Ray's just the king of, I think it's a light skin power or something like that. But I already know it's gonna hands down be a very, very, very competitive game. I hope it be down to the wire, actually. I want this to be, a thriller match. I want you to be at the edge of your seats. I want y'all to just be like, oh, it's Marcus gonna win. Oh, it's Kechawn gonna win.
Yeah.
This didn't. Like, I want it to be exciting. But best believe we both to come out there, bring energy. It's gonna be great basketball played, and it's gonna leave it all on the court.
Sounds good. Perfect. Well, thank you all for joining us. Look on our Facebook group. Today I will be posting keys to victory for both of you. Like I did a graphic like that for both Chris's yesterday. I'll do another one for you guys, and you'll see that today in the group.
Okay.
All right.
Excellent.
Well, stay healthy, stay excited. Let's get it.
Most definitely.
And for those of you who have not joined us, we have a private group, but you are welcome to join us there if you are a fan or if you are indeed a basketball player who is looking to get inspired, because we are posting these lives on our personal profiles. So just want to invite all of our friends, everyone who is connected with us to join us there and follow these wonderful young men as they rise to victory. All the best to you on Sunday. I'll be watching.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Thank you so much.